jury rules this man stood by while his stepson was beaten to death. Stephen Casaus, charged with the death of his 9-year-old stepson, is still behind bars tonight, and the jury's verdict today means he will stay there for a long time. News 13's Lizzie Mitri was in court as the judge read the verdict. Lizzie?
Dean, the jury found Stephen Casaus not guilty of intentionally beating Omaree Varela to death, but they did find him guilty of not doing anything to try to save Omaree's life.
We find the defendant guilty of child abuse recklessly caused or recklessly permitted resulting in death.
The judge read the jury's verdict. Stephen Casaus is guilty of not stepping in to stop the abuse and not calling 911 or trying to get his 9-year-old son, Omaree Varela, to a hospital on December 27, 2013.
He had an opportunity to potentially save Omaree's life in that home that day, and he didn't try. And that's the biggest shame of it.
Family and friends filled the courtroom emotional as they listened. The prosecutor told News 13 he thought lapel video as police arrived had a big impact on the jury.
It looks like Omaree is dying right before your eyes, and that is just an incredibly painful image to see, and I think that's what really resonated with the jury.
But the jury did not find Casaus guilty of the most serious charge, that he actually took part in beating Omaree with his wife, Cynthia Varela Casaus.
Partial relief. We think the jury did the right thing as far as finding that Steve Casaus did not actually lay his hands on that child.
Cynthia's sister, who testified against Casaus, left today without comment.
No comment.
Casaus' sister and niece left later. His sister said about the verdict, quote, "It's not as bad if you think about it," unquote. In fact, Casaus could have gotten life in prison. His attorney says he faces at least 18 years. The defense said Cynthia's confession to news cameras helped her husband.
I was disciplining him and I kicked him the wrong way. It was an accident.
And the prosecution agrees.
It's hard when someone else has taken responsibility for the crime, like Cynthia has already done, to try to convince them that both of them were really culpable in the death of Omaree.
Casaus is on a no bond hold while he awaits sentencing. His sentencing is scheduled for November 10th. Dean, back to you.
Lizzie, thank you. The jury also found Casaus guilty of tampering with evidence and 2 counts of bribery of a witness for telling his kids not to tell anyone what happened. And